So to the tools, you need a flathead screwdriver and a 1/4 inch nut driver, or you can get a one-stop shop. Use your handy dandy cordless Fuel Milwaukee driver, and it takes care of everything. I always set my clutch to the lowest level, so that way you're not going to strip anything out or go too deep into anything. Playing the shaker motor on a Ghostbusters Premium edition. What comes in the box, we already opened it up just to make sure that everything was there. You got this safety little shield that goes on there. You got the motor itself. It looks like they've done some updates. This all came from Pinball Life. It doesn't have the Z connector or anything like that. Just got enough cord so you can plug it into the nano board that's on the other side and let it rip. And of course the hardware. And that's it. You got 4 machine screws that are going to go into the chassis of the motor, which then goes into the cabinet, and then you got 2 screws that are going to hold the shield to the chassis of the motor. And everything else is ball wrapped. Okay, so unlike some Stern games, I guess it really depends on the title. Sometimes you lift up the play field, balls will stay in place. Ghostbusters is more like the old Williams era, so I just take a handy rag, shove it in there real nice and tight, just lift up the play field, like so. And then when you lift it up, you shouldn't have all the balls raining down onto you. Let's just hold it up nice. It's an easier way of doing it. If you want to eject the balls out of there, so be it. It's your call. Okay, so as you can see here, the holes are already pre-drilled into the cabinet. There's the 4 holes right there. And then it's going to go into this nano board right here is where it's going to get its power from. It's pretty much simple to do this. Like I said, they got rid of the Z connectors. I'm not a big fan of those anyways. If it did come with Z connectors, I'd probably just cut it off and solder everything together so you just have one nice long connector like what they've done here. So go ahead and line this up. And get the hardware. And it's pretty simple. You got 4 1/4 inch machine screws, and then you got 2 Phillips head screws. So it's self-explanatory. You got 4 holes there, so those are going to go into the motor chassis, like so. You don't want to screw it all the way down tight. You want to make sure you got a little bit of play. That way you can adjust the other holes if necessary. Like I'm probably going to need to do here. And then once you get the second one in there, you can go ahead and torque it down a little bit. Here's the clutch hit there. So I have it set really soft. And the last one. Alright, so now that's in. We'll get the plastic case right here.
Now, what does this case do?
So you got these, the auger, I guess, of the motor. I might not be saying that right, but anyway, it spins that, and you don't want it to have any of these wires accidentally get in there or anything like that, or someone, you know, mistakenly put their hand in there while it's, for whatever reason, someone would be putting their hand in there while the game's playing. Okay, so one of the issues that we were just seeing here is that the wires, the way they route up, it comes through the top, and you don't want to get it, you know, interfering with the motor spinning or anything like that. Definitely you'll have a bad day. So just took the end of the wire, snaked it through and around the bottom part right here where the coin door is, excuse me, where the coin box is going to be at, and then the safety shield here is going to go on top of that and just set right on top of there, and there's going to be no way that the wire is going to, you know, wrap around or vibrate and, you know, become an obstruction while the motor is spinning. Again, you don't want to tighten it too tight, that way you can have a little bit of play when you get over here to the last hole. Alright, and that's secure. That's not going anywhere. Go ahead and take your wiring. As you see, it's already been done with Stern. They've already got these nice little handy dandy wiring hooks. Just go ahead and snake it on through. Like so. And it looks like we're going to have just enough to get to, I think it's N16. So just enough. I really wire this right at it. There's hardly any slack. There's where it goes. Just get a little more slack in here. Got it zip tied like every 6 inches and it hangs up. Okay, now that we got it secured, you can see that's kind of floating around the tilt bob, but it's not going to interfere with it. It's going to be fine. If it does, it'll just make the tilt a little tighter, which that's okay with me. It's my game. Anyway, go ahead and lower the plate field. Yeah, there's two ways you can do this. So you hit the stop right there. Some people just jam it on in there, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I do a little more finesse. I just pick it up from the back end, unlodge it, and then slide it on. Voila. Another thing I saw someone do, and I've kind of adopted this, is I've added felt to the end of here, so when your glass is going back into the game or off the game, it's not hitting wood onto the glass by chance. And it's just got the felt there, and it, you know, when you put the lockdown bar in there, it's nice and soft, and it's not going to chew up or mar up the wood that's sitting there either. So, you know, it costs about $15 for a 15-foot roll of felt. Easy day. All right, things set. Take my ball stop out. We'll go ahead and do a test with the glass off. Oh, wrong switch. This game has the latest version, 1.13. We'll go into the menu and set it up for the shaker motor. Maximal, none, minimal, moderate, long use. We'll do the factory. And we'll let it rip for a game. Here we go. rusted back in here. People are gonna be like, "That's why you don't put the rag in there, dude." Sometimes when I wake up in the morning too, I gotta locate my balls.
Welcome aboard, Tex.
Okay, so I've never played with the shaker motors. I've never even played a game with the shaker, so I don't know what part of the game is supposed to shake at. So we'll see what happens. Oh, that didn't go too well. Yeah, there it is. Looks like there is Slimer. Like a charm, man.
So how does it feel?